Fieldwork is ahead of schedule, as we mentioned, and it's a welcome relief for farmers after tough springs in both 2018 and 19. Planting took off according to the latest crop progress report for Wisconsin. Small grains, alfalfa, potatoes, peas, corn, and soybeans are all going in the ground. Hay stands are greening up, though it is still a bit early to judge the extent of winter freeze damage. Spring tillage stands at 34% complete statewide. That's 12 days ahead of last year, 5 days ahead of the 5-year average. Just be sure your soil is ready before starting to plant.
Get past and the soils get dried out from this past rain, we are rolling right along and getting ready to plant. So our soil temperatures are around 45 to 50 degrees, which is ideal for oats. And as soon as we hit 50 degrees, we're really looking at corn and soybean planting. So it's looking better than last year. I hate to say that, but and jinx us, but it is looking much better than last year, and crops are going in the ground.
Farmers are concerned about falling milk prices. Futures put the payments far below the cost of production. But could those numbers come up as quickly as they fell? I spoke with Dr. Mark Stevenson, who is the Director of Dairy Policy Analysis for the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
I think the markets have been, I guess a kind way to say it is, unusually cautious about, this pandemic. That markets always hate uncertainty. And so what a lot of we're reacting to right now is not what we've seen in a milk check, but what we expect to be seeing in there, because futures markets have been showing us pretty low negative prices, down in the, or negative profit margins, down in the $11 range, for class 3 and 4 milk prices, at least for some months. However, I think we also, if we look at where U.S. product prices are today, to just take cheese as an example, about $1 a pound, or they were until yesterday. And if you look at global dairy trade, same cheddar cheese prices in New Zealand were just about double that, $2 a pound. That's a huge difference. That doesn't exist for more than just a few days time period, because it's an arbitrage opportunity. We're going to start either selling a lot of cheese overseas because it's a much better option, or those international prices are going to be coming down. And I think it's probably both. We'll meet somewhere in the middle. And that's why we saw a big jump in cheese prices over the last couple days. They're already reacting to that.
Can you explain what that means when we say, $11 in the futures? Is that a guarantee that it's going to get that low, or is that a projection?
It's not at all a guarantee. It is a collective best estimate of prices in some future month. So let's just take the month of May is coming up. You can have a May futures price for milk, and this is a marketplace that has people on all sides looking at all the information we have, how much milk is being produced, how disrupted are demand channels, what about export sales, do we have drought somewhere? All that information gets distilled, and they think that this is our best estimate as to what those prices are going to be. That changes every day because we get new news, new information every day. So it will evolve over time. That's what the futures markets are. It gives people an opportunity to secure a future price if they want to, but it will be a cash price in the cash market where they sell milk, and then you get some difference in the futures market price between where they set the price floor or what the price settled at.
Is it still too early to predict where the uptick is going to happen? Are we in the worst of it right now?
I think we're coming to the worst of it, and really very shortly. If you take a look at what's happening in those futures markets, they're all suggesting, and have been for quite a period of time, that May is going to be the low price month of the year. We're plunging down pretty rapidly. We will get our April prices. I know we're almost through April, but we won't know what the April milk value is worth until that milk is almost all gone from the farm and made into dairy products. That's just the kind of lag structure we have in milk pricing. But that month of May will be the month that we're going to have low milk prices.
I know when we spoke last time, you expect this to rebound relatively quickly. Are you still thinking that same thing, or has that changed a bit?
I think we're going to see those rebounds happening fairly quickly. And in fact, I would just say continue to watch this futures markets. Yesterday, we had a big bump in cheese prices on the spot markets. I'm fairly sure that we're going to continue to see that kind of thing evolving over the next time, which means that even that May dip is likely to be not as low as it's projected to be right now.
Where's the beef? It's a question you might be soon asking at your local grocery stores. Massive meat processing plants across the country shut down due to COVID-19. And it's not only the beef industry feeling an impact. Poultry plants are also offline, and pork processors are dealing with low employment and low protective equipment available. Many plants have closed, and that's leaving farmers in a lurch.
The pig farmers know they're losing markets for their pigs, and they're losing money on their pigs. It's a continuous flow that we have at our farms, and now that some of these processing plants are closing, they've disrupted that flow. We can't get these processing plants back open. Then we'll have to figure out other alternatives, and it's really some alternatives that our farmers don't want to even think about. But they might have to euthanize some pigs if they can't find a final home.
There is a lot of beef and pork in freezer storage, but the pandemic has clogged the pipeline of getting those supplies to stores, which is why you are likely seeing limits at the grocery store. Northeast Wisconsin's first community-owned grocery store is becoming a reality. This is after the group surpassed its fundraising goal of $1.6 million. The Oshkosh Food Co-op Group currently has 1,200 member owners with a mission of bringing affordable grocery options to Central Oshkosh.
And we're pleased that the ownership base of community members in Oshkosh and certainly beyond throughout Winnebago and surrounding counties has continued to grow, and that folks were willing to not only purchase a membership but also make an investment in this campaign.
The store will be located on the corner of Jackson Street and Pearl Avenue in Oshkosh. They are hoping to open in 2021.